Okay, this is the Rich Vernerdo Show, and I have a guest here. And what is your name?
My name is David Holley.
David Holley. And you study Bigfoot?
I have been pursuing Bigfoot since 1971. 51 years.
Pursuing Bigfoot since 1971. What's the closest that you've ever come to Bigfoot?
Within 15 feet.
Within 15 feet. Could you describe Bigfoot, and did you get a picture at that time, or was it too close of an encounter?
Well, it was completely unexpected. Looked like to me, like a giant ape.
Looked like a giant ape?
Yeah, didn't look human at all.
Didn't look human at all?
Although I know a lot of people say they look more human than ape.
Yes.
But I would like to see one that looked more human. But after 51 years, I've come to the conclusion that some of these that may be human appearing may be actually feral humans. And what we call a Bigfoot is more ape-like. No humanity in their eyes. I didn't have a camera with me when I first had my first encounter. I have in the last year, taken a picture in southeast Oklahoma.
Southeast Oklahoma.
At one sitting under a tree at about 35 yards with my cell phone.
So you took a picture of a Bigfoot from 35 yards with your cell phone?
Yeah.
Is that picture available somewhere online?
Yes.
Okay. Where can we find that photo?
All I have to do is go to it's a group I call Shadow Chasers.
Shadow Chasers is the name of your group.
Yeah, it's the name of the discussion group I have.
Discussion group.
It is on there.
And it's on there. Okay. All right. Tell us more about what parts of the country is Bigfoot primarily found in? Where do you find the most Bigfoot?
Well, I've just had a lot of good fortune in northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma.
Northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that I have a good friend that lives in Kentucky that seem to be all over Kentucky.
All over Kentucky.
They seem to be all over in the Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest.
Ohio. They're just different states. Wherever there's I think, proper habitat, enough food, enough water, I think you're going to find Bigfoot.
They prefer a wooded area, don't they? Kind of a forest type area.
Right.
Do you find them up in Canada?
Yeah, there are reports out of Canada, a whole lot of them.
Well, now, is Bigfoot found in other parts of the world as well?
Yes.
Okay. If you were to do an estimated population count, how many Bigfoot do you think there are?
I don't think I even want to try to come up with a number. They're more than what you would think.
More than you would think?
Yeah.
Okay. What level of civilization, if any, do they have? They possess language? Can they speak?
I think they communicate with one another through hoots, howls.
Hoots and howls.
Tree knocks.
But they don't necessarily possess written language. They don't have a written language.
Not a written language that I've ever heard of. I have heard myself what they call samurai chatter.
Samurai chatter.
And I've heard that in woods, and I know that a lot of people think they use what is referred to as mind speak. I've never experienced it, so I won't say it doesn't exist.
When you say mind speak, you're talking about a telepathic communication, yes.
Right.
Well, what kind of tools or level of technology do they seem to possess?
Well, apparently they use sticks pretty good to bang on the trees for tree knocks. I've been told that they use rocks. But
they don't necessarily use a bow and arrow?
No, not a bow and arrow. I think that's getting way out of line for anybody to say. I've never heard of anybody saying they've seen them shoot. Okay,
all right. What's their dietary habit? What do they seem to eat mostly? Do they like fish?
Omnivore.
Omnivore?
Meat and veg.
Okay. So they do eat a lot of vegetables.
Yep.
I see. Well, when is your next expedition to go looking for a Bigfoot?
Well, it will be after the first of the coming year.
Uh-huh.
And it will be back in southeast Oklahoma.
Southeast Oklahoma.
And the Comanche Mountain area. And we haven't set the exact date yet.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as we set a date, it'll be all over the Shadow Chaser discussion group. It'll be just about everywhere I post.
Now, has Bigfoot been spotted here in Lamar County and in Red River County?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I thought so.
I have a cast at my home.
Yes?
It's rather intimidating.
Exactly how big is it?
27 and a half inches long.
Excuse me.
17 and a half inches wide at the ball of the foot.
Wow.
11 inches across the heel.
Wow.
It is five-toed. We estimated when we found it in 2015 that it would stand 13 to 15 foot tall.
13 to 15 feet tall. That's amazing.
And weigh close to 1,000 pounds. Easily.
Yeah.
And we leave it alone.
Well, when a Bigfoot dies, what happens to the body? Do the other Bigfoot bury it, or why have they ever recovered a full specimen?
No, never recovered a full specimen. The idea is there's two ideas of thought. One, they bury their dead like we do.
Yes.
The other is they cannibalize it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think there's any possibility of cremation?
No.
No. So they either bury it or they cannibalize it?
Yeah. Maybe I lean toward the burying more than I do the cannibalization, but I may be wrong.
Well, now back to the guesstimation of a population count. Do you think that perhaps they are in the hundreds, or do you think they probably number in the thousands?
The thousands.
They do?
Yeah.
So there's a lot more Bigfoot than people realize.
Yeah, there has to be a viable
Let me
population.
add one thing.
Okay.
I think they know more about us than we know about them.
Okay. They probably know more about us than we know about them.
Yeah.
And they choose not to interact with us if they can avoid it, don't they?
Absolutely. Now, if they're curious, I believe they'll step out and let you see them.
Do you have a website, sir, that we can go to or to a blog or a forum?
The only thing I have is my own personal Facebook page, and that's David Holley
David Holley
at Facebook.
at Facebook.
Yeah, and anybody wants to Google David Holley / Bigfoot, they'll find me.
Fantastic. Well, everybody out there, this is Richard Vernadoe with the Rich Vernadoe channel. My guest has been David Holley. We've been discussing Bigfoot. By all means, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the Richard Vernadoe channel. And we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.